Hey y'all, what's up? Big Wooly here, and welcome back to episode 23 of our FTB Skies Expert Let's Play. 23, that's crazy. That's a crazy number. I'm excited though. You guys appear to be excited too. So many of y'all watching, new subscribers, all sorts of fun stuff. So today, we're going to be talking about bees. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so on my hotbar here, you're going to notice something different. These are a thing that I wish we'd had access to very much earlier in the game, but I will be replacing our torch spam around the base with these feral flare lanterns. They're fairly easy to craft once you get to gold. It's just some gold plates, glowstone dust, glass, recipes in your JEI. We can take a look real quick just to, share, but yeah, it's any glass, glowstone, 2 gold plate makes one of these. And these will spread invisible light sources around your base. Now, as you can see, there's an ugly floating island, which I have not decorated, because doing the undersides of these islands without, good flight is kind of a pain, and I don't want all of them to just look like these. So we're going to leave that one as a floating little blob for now, and I will work on making the bottom of it look more proper. But as you can see, this is labeled bees, and it brings you straight to a door, which you can't really see anything. But it's a double-decker door here. And then we've got all of this enclosed space that I built in between episodes for us to get into bees. So, for bees, if you remember when we were going over our Inferno containment cube, we got a lot of spawn eggs for bees in between episodes. We got some upgrades, some speed upgrades for bees. We got a heart of diamond from a chest in the nether, which is going to let us convert a diamond bee. Freaking awesome. So excited about that one. Another one that we need, because I want a temporal pouch, we need access to nautilus shells. And those can get one of two ways. High looting, or not high looting, high luck of the sea, whatever the one is for loot drops, and a 5x5x5 pool of water. You can sit there and fish, and you will eventually get a nautilus shell. Or you can make a prismarine bee, which we can do with a prismarine brick and convert a regular bee into a prismarine bee. And then that prismarine bee, if we go to uses, you'll see that it flowers on a sea lantern or prismarine or dark prismarine or prismarine bricks. Any of the stuff from that. And then one of the drops of a prismarine bee, it's only a 1% chance, but it's passive. That's the best part. It'll work without me having to sit there and fish, is a nautilus shell. So we're going to get that going today. We're going to get our diamond bee going with converting a crystalline bee into a diamond bee, and then it needs a diamond block for flowering. Let's go ahead and grab those flowering blocks that we need. So let's see. We need a prismarine brick to convert him. So what is a prismarine brick? It is, okay, there's one. And then we can do a sea lantern, it said. I think we can even make those. We might have enough. Sea lantern. No. It says I don't have enough. How do I not have enough? Okay, so I don't have any of the crystals. Where do we get crystals from? Prismarine crystal. There you are. Where do you come from? You come from sifting sand in a waterlogged mesh. I swear we did. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I started the moving of our auto sieves in between episodes. I haven't got it done, but I tore everything down. But in here, we should have the prismarine crystals that we need to make the next tier. Oh, I don't know if I've ever shown this on camera. I moved our little lava setup from over yonder to in here, added 4 more, and now we have 32 buckets. With excess, it just generates faster. All right, so in here, let's go ahead and we will make a sea lantern for the flowering block, just because it'll be a pretty little light source there, and they can flower on it. For the diamond bee, we need a diamond block. Let's make one of those. Okay, now I don't know what other bees we may get into or the flowering. I didn't really look into any of that. I did have one thing here that I put on that we may get to later. So I bookmarked this powered anvil. I was in between episodes. I was or not in between, but in one of my episodes, I mentioned not knowing where to, how to repair my gear. And there was a comment on that video, episode 20. I had a guy named Delson2126 that told me, hey, you can use the powered anvil from Cyclic to repair your gear. And I don't know that I'd ever used this before. If I had, I didn't remember it. This anvil right here will repair your gear using power. We will need to make crystallized obsidian for it, which really isn't all that crazy. A little bit of slime, emerald, amber, which we've already made together, and a block of amethyst, which we've gotten some amethyst from a few sources, but that's also one of the bees that we're going to get going today is an amethyst bee. So we will have that coming in from there as well. Now, one more thing about bees that's going to make it a little challenging for us to start with is if we go look at combs. Why are there not more combs listed? Let's see. Let's just look at a regular honeycomb. We're going to notice that we don't really have a processing path for those combs. So let's go look at like this one here. So Prismarine comb. We don't have our centrifuges from productive bees that we normally have. We're only going to be able to process these combs in a fabrication matrix, which if we look, we have that LDPE sheets. These are going to be something that we do not have access to quite yet. Although I think we're getting pretty close. We haven't made polyethylene, but it is on the radar, probably next episode. But that's okay. We're going to need to build up a stockpile of these combs so that when we do get the ability to process them, we have enough to process and start gathering the resources that the combs produce. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and do bees today. And then hopefully in the next episode, we can get to that fabrication matrix and start processing our combs down. So let's grab all of our bee spawn eggs out of here that we have. We're going to grab this hearted diamond. We're going to take these speed upgrades that we got all of this stuff from looting in the nether. Well, and a few of these came from the overworld. I think the bumblebee came from an overworld village, and amethyst may have come from the overworld. Some of these came from the overworld. Ghostly might have come from overworld. I don't honestly remember. So I made spruce hives and expansion boxes to try and go with our theme, but we do still have some bees, regular bees, in our beehives from the other place. So we're going to put these hives down first. I'm going to hope these bees pop out so that we can capture them, and then we will reset their home into a new beehive. Now, got 1, 2, 3, 4. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. Cool. So these oak ones we're just not going to use because they don't go with our spruce build. Get those out of the way. Honey level 4, those have honey still in them. That's okay. Now, the reason we want to get them in bee cages is because if you hold down shift and right click, it will reset a bee's home when you place them down. Now, I'm going to spread these out so that maybe in the future, if we want to automate them or something, we've got access to the different sides of the block. Let's go right here. And right there. And then we're going to just toss expansion boxes on top of all of them. And this will give us the ability to have up to 5 bees nesting in each of these hives, even though we don't have this many bees right now. Just future-proofing. Okay, so if we look in here, now with these being advanced beehives with an expansion box, you'll notice we get room for upgrades. So as we home our bees into these various beehives, ones that have the bees that we want to work faster, we'll toss some speed upgrades in, and that means that the bees spend less time in there each time they go out to collect their pollen, and, it just speeds up the overall process. Now, for our regular bees that we just moved, let's go ahead and get some of these just plain Jane vanilla flowers scattered around in here so they've got something to pollinate on. I'm definitely not putting down all 29 of these cornflowers, but just enough to, make it look like there's bees in here. So now, as I was saying, let's release these and get these back to going into beehives. If you hold down shift and right click, that will reset the bees' homes as you place them down. It tells them, hey, your old home is gone, go find a different home. Because if you don't do something like that, the bees will just never actually find one of these hives, and they'll continually look for the coordinates of that old home that no longer exists. This must be a night bee. He only works at night or something, so that's why he's still pollinating. All right, let's get into some of these advanced bees. Now, this first one, the blazing bee, I don't know what these need for spawning or for pollinating. Let's go look it up. Blazing. If you guys like this kind of content where I kind of go through it with you as we're playing, let me know, because I don't necessarily know what people are looking for in this kind of content. It's an expert pack, and I feel like I'm giving way too many tips and tricks for an expert pack, but I'm no expert, so... We need a blaze mesh, which is just 9 blaze rods. All right, and we have 4 of them, so we don't necessarily need 4 because they can share blocks for pollinating, but let's go make at least 1 of those blaze meshes. Look at that, 61 blaze rods. Let's make 2. That should be more than enough for 4 blazing bees. Okay, where's the bees? There they are. And the reason you do the double doors here is to keep your bees from escaping as you come in and out of your bee area. So we'll put a blazing mesh here. Ooh, that's bright. And we'll put another one over here. We're going to have blocks kind of scattered all around for these bees to pollinate on. But there we go, blazing bee spawns. We're going to put all 4 of them down. All right. What's next? Ghostly. What does the ghostly give us? Let's look it up. Ghostly bees. Blazing bee giving everlasting. What? Gives us ghostly bee. And you convert blocks. Ghostly combs. Ghostly combs give us ghast tears. Nice. Yeah, we definitely want a few of these, but what do you need for flowering? I missed that. Bee flowering, you need some soul sand or soul soil. Okay, we've got that. So let's go with like 4 of these. That's probably more than enough. Now, a bumblebee is just a bee. He I don't think gives us anything special other than some comb, but he's a bee nonetheless. Let's see. Bumblebee. And then if we go to his uses, and he's bee flowering uses, yeah. Saddle. Oh, we can ride him. Interesting. With a treat on a stick, we can put a saddle on you and ride you around. You could be useful for building. Who knows? But for now, you'll produce us some honeycomb and, that kind of stuff going in and out of the hive. Let's see. What's next? Glowing bee spawn egg. I think this is going to give us just glowstone, which I don't really think we need because we get it from sifting. But let's look him up to see. Maybe there's a breeding recipe for the glowing bee that is going to get us something else we need. Let's see. So, glowing comb. You flower on shroom lights, glowstone, or a redstone lamp. You do not have any bee conversion recipes, and your comb gives us glowstone dust when it's in here. I don't necessarily need any of those because I'm getting those resources elsewhere. Amethyst. Let's look it up. Oh, we double clicked. Amethyst bees. They pollinate on a block of amethyst. Or no, bee conversion. But we don't need to convert them. Ooh. If we give them a pure crystals, we can get a springaline, I don't know, bee. Those would give us shards from their comb, I bet. Yes, that's nice, because then you don't have to do the conversion in the elemental craft and source. So we're definitely going to want to convert some of these eventually to the springaline bees, but we also just need the amethyst that we're going to get from the amethyst comb as a resource as well. So let's go ahead and get that rolling. Let's do like 4 of those. And then we're going to need to go get some blocks of amethyst for them to pollinate on. Let's go grab that block of amethyst before we forget. Probably need 2 of them with 4 bees. It should be more than enough. Amethyst. Oh, we are very low on amethyst shards. I'm only going to make 1 or use the one I have just because, yeah, that's it's a precious resource currently. So, but we will get more once we can start converting these combs into the amethyst. Now, crystalline bees. These are the ones that are sort of exciting. So the crystalline bees alone are going to produce something, I think nether quartz for us. If we go look, so crystalline bee, crystalline comb, nether quartz. But these are the ones that if I put one of them down, he's going to go straight into the hive, so I'm going to have to wait on him to come out. Let's sleep and make it daytime so we can convert him. Because we need to convert him and one of the regular bees. And to convert them, it's just as simple as you put the block that you're using for the conversion in your hand, and you right-click the bee. So now that it's daytime, we should have tons of bees. Here's a regular bee. We want to make a prismarine bee out of you, okay? Boop. Prismarine bee. Yay! Okay, now he's going to need the sea lantern to pollinate on, so let's get that put down. You can see one of the amethyst bees over there already pollinating on our block of amethyst. So we got our sea lantern down for our prismarine bee, and then where is our crystalline bee? Here he is. Now, you, my friend, are gonna make me diamonds. Where'd you go? Where'd he go? Oh, he went in the hive already. Nope, there he is. Quit running from me. There we go, diamond bee. There he is. So let's give that diamond bee something to pollinate on. There we go. There you go, buddy. You're the prismarine one. Can you get to yours? Are you going to get to it? He's like sneaking up on it. Yeah, he found it. Awesome. It's cool to see all of them pollinating. So we saw our amethyst bee pollinating. What did these ghostly bees need to pollinate on? I don't remember seeing that. And they don't seem to be pollinating on the flowers. Ghostly bee. Oh, soul sand or soil. That's right. Let's go grab it. Soul sand. Oh no. Soul sand. Cool. We'll grab out like 2 should be enough for 4 of those ghostly bees. Those gas tiers are going to be awesome when we can start getting those coming in. We do get them from our top tier mesh, which you get after you go to the moon. But this might actually get us access to them before we go to the moon, because I don't think any of the requirements for the fabrication matrix are from the moon. So I think we'll be able to get that going before the moon. So there we go. This is bees. We've gotten a ton of bees going. Now, there are ways to automate these with various mechanics. What I'll do is in between clips here, I'll probably just go make a ton of bottles and fill all of the hives with the necessary amount of bottles, see which ones are housing which bees, and I will get us, the speed upgrades in the appropriate ones. But this is going to cover everything that I had for bees for right now. So give me a minute, and I will figure out where we're going from here. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and proceed with that powered anvil idea because, we don't have the ability to process our amethyst bee, or not, our prismarine bee to get our nautilus shell for the temporal pouch. And I want to go fishing, but my fishing rod with all of the goodies on it only has 11 durability left. Now I can combine it with this one that has mending and some unbreaking to repair it, but it costs 64 levels of experience, which honestly, we have plenty of levels of experience for that over here in our experience obelisk. But you may not be in the same position, so let's go over this anvil because I think it's a great solution to the problem. So the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to melt some stuff in our slow melter. We need slime balls. Oh god, pull them all out so that it doesn't waste them. Okay, so I've discovered that if you don't put these things in like the 2 recipe amount, it cheats you. So there's 500. And then this should be another 500 for 1 bucket, even though we really only needed half a bucket. So now we're going to take this, we're going to feed it into our into our super duper schmooper pooper, whatever this thing's called, the super cooler. And then I'm going to have to break this temporary setup I had for our pyrolyzer. Let's turn off this output. I was just making some more coal for diamonds, or some more coal coke, you know, to get us some more diamonds. Now we can put in that. That's going to put our slime in here. And then now we just need the 3 ingredients that it calls for: block of amethyst, crystallized amber, and an emerald. And this is going to make our crystallized obsidian. How we get obsidian from crystallized amber, slime, amethyst, and emerald, don't ask me, that's just the recipe. So now that we have that, the rest of the ingredients are just kind of plain for the powered anvil. 3 diamonds, 3 blocks of iron. I say plain, but 3 blocks of iron it's gated. You're not getting to that early. But now we have the powered anvil, which we should, in theory, if we can find a spot to get some power from, maybe right here, we should be able to put our fishing rod in here and tell it always on. And there we go. It fully repaired our fishing rod in a hurry. Like, not even slow. That was fast. Let's see if it changed the number of levels that it's going to require to combine the two. Still 102 that way. Oh, it's only 62 instead of 64 this way. I'm going to go ahead and do that combo because that is going to make us take less durability, and we're going to see if we can't fish us up a nautilus shell. Now, I'm not going to make you sit there and watch me because that would just be cruel. But let's go ahead and pull out the 62 levels we need. And as you'll notice, I pulled 62 levels, but there's still 78 in here. So, you know, only pull what you need because of the way experience works in Minecraft. If you pull too much, you can waste experience because of the way levels are consumed by certain mods. So let's put these in here, 62 levels. And now we've got Luck of the Sea 5, Lure of 5, Angler's Bounty, Unbreaking, and Mending. So this fishing rod's probably going to last us forever. And then I did something also while I was off camera. I've made a 5x5 for fishing. So I'm going to sit here and see if I can't fish us up a nautilus shell. We'll let you guys watch the first catch in case we just get that lucky and we get it on the first catch. And if not, I'll pause and come back when I have our nautilus shell. Did we get it? Nope. All right, I'll be back. There we have it. It took us 5 minutes or so, and we got our nautilus shell. So, with our nautilus shell, let's make our temporal pouch. We need blocks of raw gold. Gonna have to go grab that from our dimensional storage. 2 of them. 1, 2. Okay. And then I think we have everything else. Ta-da! This is amazing. Y'all, this thing right here, for those of you that have never used it, is just like time in a bottle. And if you've never used time in a bottle, what it does is for every minute you're playing, it accumulates time in this pouch. And then if you're doing something in a machine that is super slow, or you're doing a crafting process that's super slow, if it has a block that you can right click on, you can shift right click it with the temporal pouch to speed it up. So not going to waste too much of it, but let's see, what can we do right here on this fluid extractor? So it's sucking the the latex out of here. As you can see, it tells us it doubled the speed That's going to make it get us more latex quicker out of this block for the amount of time that it uses. Now it uses up the time you've accumulated in your pouch to do that, but double the speed. You can go all the way up to, I believe, 64x, but it uses the time that you have saved up. This is going to be awesome for the grind, the off-camera stuff where I'm just grinding away and, don't want to have to continue to sit there and wait forever. That is super exciting. So the only thing left I had pinned for today was the force sapling. So this will be the only thing that's actually a quest book progression thing. Get some stuff from Apotheosis. We get a hovering hourglass. This is the only thing progression that we're going to kind of work on today. And that is going to be right here in the middle. So this force sapling is to make a sapling for the Forcecraft mod. And it is done in our enchanting apparatus up there, but we're gonna need some mystical yellow petals out of our flower pouch. Yep, we got those. I think we need 3, so we'll take 2 of these flowers, turn them into petals. There we have that, and then we need a springaline dust, which our little friend Chompers over here should be able to help us out with. He's going to chomp that up for us. The chest is going to suck it up. There we have it. So now we head back over to our R's Island. And let's see, it's the enchanting apparatus with 2,500 source. So we need 3 mystical yellow petals and 1 springling dust with a mineral sapling in the middle. This has got to be one of the coolest animations in a multi-block in modded Minecraft. Just saying, it's super spiffy. Good job, Ars Nouveau devs, taking the time to not only come up with all this, but make the animations worth all the work we have to put in to get there. I love it. So there we have it. This is a force sapling. When we grow this force sapling, we will get a force tree, which gives us force logs and all sorts of force things. Let's go grab some bone meal and we will grow it. Now the question is going to be, does it drop saplings, or is it like some of these other mods with their trees where you have to craft the saplings on your own every single time? I hope not, but we shall find out. So there we have it. And then if I take an axe, chop it down. Oh, it gives me more saplings. Yes, we don't have to craft them again. Nice. How many did we get? We got 4. Awesome. So that gets 4 saplings done. We've already made the pyrolyzer, and now this next liquid crystallizer looks like we've got a prereq LDPE sheets. So yeah, that stuff is right here. We've got to go through liquid ethylene, the polyethylene buckets, and then we can get to our LDPE sheets. I think that is going to be something for the next episode. So I hope you guys have enjoyed today, all about bees, and then just a few other quality of life improvements with a small bit of quest progression. Sorry if this episode feels a little rushed. I have been sick the last couple days and just wanted to make sure I got an episode out for y'all. So I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you all next time.